millions of miles away on Enceladus. An alien ocean is intriguing scientists with the question of life. So, Dr. Joey, tell us, is there life on Enceladus?
Well, we're not quite sure. Methane plumes on Enceladus could indicate life. However, we need to explore the ocean there to find the source of methane.
Now that sounds exciting. When is this happening, Dr. Joey?
Soon, Sarah, but first we need affordable probes to take accurate measurements of vast swaths of ocean and withstand extreme conditions. We're currently testing this here on Earth.
Now for a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Willie.
Yeah?
Did you bring our large, buoy-sized, expensive data collection float that we can only afford one of?
Oh no, I left it at the lab. How will we document methane seeps now?
Fret not, for you have a new solution, the MicroFloat.
The MicroFloat is a miniaturized autonomous underwater vehicle that can be used up to 1,000 meters underwater to collect all the data samples that your research needs. It's capable of measuring methane, salinity, depth, temperature, and OH, and comes at a fraction of the cost of other floats on the market.
Now we can deploy more floats more easily for more data.
Sure can.
Thanks, MicroFloat team.
No problem. Now it's time for more information about our MicroFloat project.
Hello, we are the Swarmers, and we are here to show you the MicroFloat. The main aim of this project is to study the underwater carbon dioxide and methane seeps on Earth as well as on Enceladus. This requires large areas of ocean to be surveyed. It is more efficient to do so with a swarm of autonomous floats communicating with each other. Here are the requirements and specifications necessary for a successful prototype. The MicroFloat must be able to detect its depth to communicate its location. Moreover, as previously shown, it should be able to alter its buoyancy. While underwater, the MicroFloat must remain stable and resist any wobble. The float should also be able to resist corrosion as well as endure the pressure 750 meters underwater. During its deployment, the MicroFloat must store the data collected through multiple sensors. The float should not only store the information collected, but also communicate with other floats. Moreover, there are requirements from stakeholders which include size, battery life, surface indication, pressure release, and autonomous switching. The sponsor and the main stakeholder of our project is Dr. Mike West, a research scientist at Georgia Tech Research Institute. Our target market is the market of low-cost underwater swarm UAV, and our intended price cap is at $5,000. Based on market research, the market size of our product is over 300 million, with an annual growth rate of 11%. The main users of our MicroFloat are oceanic researchers and NASA scientists. Our main competitors are other swarm UAV products, including Seabird, AgroFloat, SeaTrack, and Apex. Although there are currently no comparable products on the market, commercial options of products with similar function cost around $20,000 to $100,000. We propose the MicroFloats, a small, autonomous underwater probe to survey vast swaths of ocean. The MicroFloat would have sensors to measure pressure, temperature, conductivity, methane concentration, and pH level of the ocean. By calculating depth through pressure and other information for ocean profiling, the MicroFloats communicate with one another to drift with the currents and govern their motion to survey the target area. A unique requirement for MicroFloat, which sets it apart from other products meant for oceanographic study, is its low-power method of navigation. Instead of consuming power through constant operation, MicroFloat aims at planar motion through oceanic currents while altering its buoyancy to set its motion vertically relative to water. Here's how this works. The displacement of the MicroFloat is controlled by a buoyancy engine, which consists of a hydraulic system and a bellow. The bellow contracts in order to sink to a specific depth and slightly expands to maintain neutral buoyancy at the specific depth. It then uses the water current to travel horizontally while taking the readings. When it reaches the specified dive location, the bellow expands or contracts in order to profile the water column and change the depth to move to different ocean currents to reach a desired location.
To enclose all the electronics and provide a platform for the required sensors, the shell of our MicroFloat is designed to be made of anodized aluminum 6061. Our design is rated for safe operation for depths up to 1,000 meters and in extreme environments. This is validated through engineering calculations and FEA simulations. The modular design of the MicroFloat offers ample mounting space for a variety of sensor combinations, while the sealed bulkhead connectors on the top cap provide a watertight pass-through for electronics. The top and bottom caps are designed to be easily removable, allowing for ease of maintenance and modification of internal and external components. Furthermore, the exposed components are contained within protective cages, while the sleek profile allows for compact storage. The internal design is modular to allow for easy replacement of all parts, and it is watertight using a double O-ring seal. The battery is powerful enough to allow for 2 weeks of underwater use, while the oil reservoir is made from PVC for the ease of manufacturability. The electronics are connected to the top cap to allow for ease of removal, while the reservoir, pump, and motor assembly is connected to the bottom cap to allow for ease of removal and maintenance. The electronics and software of the MicroFloat is designed with low-power components so that it can maintain an extended mission time, a pressure sensor for determining its depth, a PID controller for buoyancy adjustment, an SD card for storage of collected data, a Neo 6M module for GPS positioning, and an integrated RF transceiver for the location and data transmission. The pictures here show our completed prototype. It's made from aluminum 6061 and is completed with 3D printed internal frame, double O-ring seal for watertightness, and ported holes for all sensors. There is also a cage hydraulic system for bladder expansion in the bottom. Internal hydraulic test was conducted with our prototype. We verified that the buoyancy engine can operate as designed, and the bellow is capable of withstanding expansion past the required size without any repercussions. We also conducted buoyancy plus water ingress tests with our prototype at the water tank provided by Dr. Gil in the ME department. This validated our design as a proof of concept and identified some areas of concern. In conclusion, the MicroFloat we designed is able to withstand static loading from 1,000 meters underwater. It provides a flexible sensor options, drastically reduces the cost of oil and bladder system through the implementation of a novel watertight MPT fitting. It also exhibits a modular design for component-level utility-based reuse, and it costs under $1,500 to produce. Several development needs to be undertaken in the future in order to perfect the design. Further testing and development needs to be dedicated to ensuring a watertight seal under high pressure as a result of the testing. It is important to anodize the outer shell to ensure corrosion resistance before introducing the bot to saline environment. Due to the cost and sourcing constraint, the testing did not include all sensors, which is something to account for in future testings. Additional testing is required to be more realistic in saline environment, such as Gulf of Mexico and Lake Mono. Last but not the least, more in-depth analysis from experts in computer science and electrical engineering is required to develop a swarm communication strategy and enable mass production of the MicroFloats. Thank you.